you're not afraid of anyone. Come on, be brave, prove to the world that's why you are the one. Create it, make it, brand it to be the best. Be strong, be great, be the one.
Welcome back. I'm Dr.KKJohan. Back to my brand talks session. Today, I will be speaking on how to reinvent the brand to protect the brand when the brand is under attack. You need to reinvent your brand to defend, preserve, solidify, to strengthen your brand. Do you know which brand is it? From Bugs to Beetles to a global giant brand, the VW brand, the Volkswagen. Have you heard of Herbie, the love bug? Love bugs? What is it? It is the name of a cute, adorable insect. Haha, no. It is the title of a popular Walt Disney movie during the 1970s. Herbie is a car that has a mind and heart of its own, winning many races for the lead actor Dean Jones and linking him romantically with the actress Michelle Lee, hence the phrase, the love bugs. And do you know what model is Herbie? Your guess? It is a Beetle, the first car produced by Volkswagen of Germany and one of the most popular compact models post-World War II and in the 1950s until the 1970s. In the movie industry, many car models have been featured but never became the main character or hero except in Herbie, the love bugs. What is so attractive about the Beatles that Walt Disney used it as the main character in the movies? Well, I will explain that later. Being featured in Walt Disney's movie created great global awareness for Volkswagens, as Walt Disney movies are viewed worldwide. The success of the first movie led the producer to continue with 5 more series stretching from 1968 until 2005. The birth of Volkswagens, the Beetles, the first car manufactured by Volkswagen of Germany, has an interesting brand story. In German, it is pronounced as Volkswagen. In English, it is Volkswagen. It is the 1930s, and Germany's Chancellor Adolf Hitler commissioned the first car, Volkswagen, for the country. Volkswagen, which is known as the People's Car, was designed by Ferdinand Porsche and was known for its unique shape, affordability, practicality, and reliability. Actual production commenced in 1938. However, the outbreak of Second World War led to a halt in manufacturing, and it is only resumed in 1946. As the factory was damaged during the war, the Germans turned to the British to assist it in reviving the manufacturing. In 1946, production commenced once again, and by 1949, more than half of the passenger cars produced in Germany was Volkswagen. Volkswagen production expanded rapidly in the 1950s. The company introduced various models such as the Transporter van in 1950 and the Carbon Gear Coupe in 1955. But it was the iconic Beetle that broke ground for Volkswagen in the overseas market, especially in Europe. In the United States, sales were initially sluggish as Americans were used to big car models such as those from Ford Motors. Nevertheless, the car began to gain acceptance when Volkswagen hired American advertising agency Deutsche Bank to represent the brand in 1959. It came out with the landmark advertising campaign with the theme Think Small that helped to popularize the Beetle and promoted its size and unconventional design as an advantage to the consumer. Take a look at some of the ads done by the agency in the mid-1960s. The campaign was very successful, building strong brand loyalty and make the Beetle the most popular imported automobile in the United States for many years. The campaign boosted the popularity of Volkswagen brands in America, and the bugs became the symbols of the 60s. It is no wonder then that Walt Disney made the Beatles the hero in Herbie, the Love Bugs. Clearly, the brand has impacted Americans, and it has definitely won their hearts and minds with its brand's personality and brand's essence. What a way to go for a brand that was first viewed with much skepticism when it first arrived in the country. With the automotive industry growing more competitive, Volkswagen realized that they could not depend on the popularity of the Beetle alone. So it went on to manufacturing new models, big and high-end models, to cater to the various customers and industry segments. It stopped producing the Beetles in the late 70s. New models that came along with the Golf, Passat, Tiguan, Vento, Arteon, R-Lines, and so on. The Golf took over the popularity of the Beetles and for more than 4 decades became the most successful European cars. Volkswagen also acquired other car brands, and today the group has a portfolio of 12 car brands. With these new models and car brands, Volkswagen grew its market share globally to become the largest car manufacturer in the world and top-selling brands. In 2018 and 2019, Volkswagen was the market leader with 10.8 million and 10.9 million cars sold globally. Hello China! Volkswagen was the first global brand to enter the Chinese market in 1978, when the automotive market in China was just starting. For the past 40 years, they have built their market position, and it is the most popular and largest global car brand in China. In 2019, Volkswagen's group sold 4.2 million cars in China and has a market share of 19.8%. Volkswagen's first in China, the #1 choice for Chinese car buyers, the #1 choice for SUV buyers, 812,000 units sold. The #1 for Jetta commands market share for the sedan category in 2020. The strength of the brand is seen in its ability to sustain for the past 40 years, grow stronger year on year, and build on its brand equity. Then comes the big blotch on the brand. In September 2015, Volkswagen was hit by a scandal known as Dieselgate. What happens? The Environmental Protection Agency (EPA) in America found that many of Volkswagen cars sold in the country had inserted a device or a software in the car diesel engine that could alter the level of emission generated. When the car is tested, it can change the performance accordingly to improve results so that it will be able to pass the emission test. When the car is on drive mode, and on the road, the level of emission, which consists nitrogen oxide pollutants, reaches up to 40 times above what is allowed in the US. The company admitted to the scandal and was heavily fined for it. The executive team was dismissed. Volkswagen Brand popularity took a beating, leaving many fans and followers of the cars to support other automobile brands. What a predicament for a beloved brand to be in. The brand image was badly hurt. Now, how did they reinvent the brand? Perception is king. A good brand has a positive perception, and every brand must strive for it. Perception makes or kills the brand. Even though the emission scandal affected only Volkswagen diesel cars, the other Volkswagen models that run on petrol were badly affected by the issue. There was a drop in sales for the overall brand. The perception was that Volkswagen as a global brand and as one of the top 2 largest car manufacturers in the world did not live up to its brand's promise. That is most important attribute if you want to be a trusted and respected brand. It had to take many PR initiatives to rebuild the brand, regain the trust of consumer, and restore the brand image. A series of apology ads went out in September 15 to reassure and to regain confidence of consumer, which took a dive from the figures shown in the chart. On 1st September 2015, just before Dieselgate broke, the brand had a score of 25.3% and then dropped significantly to as low as minus 1.6 on 18 December 2015. It took Volkswagen 4 years to move up the score of 20, but still not back to the score of 25.3% in the year 2015. Mistakes are very costly, and to rebuild back the level of confidence and good perception takes time. Hence, as a brand builder, we must always be on the toe to do the right thing for the brand. Reinventing to refresh and reinvigorating the brand is important. Question: when does a brand need to reinvent itself? In life, nothing remains the same. Things, people, and brand evolve with time, and this makes reinvention necessary. Reinvention is a prerequisite for sustainability, especially when something negative happens to a person or a brand. Where Volkswagen was concerned, they had to reinvent to create a new sense of optimism after being hit by the scandal. They had to instill the sense of optimism in the internal and external brand to regain its industry leadership. This called for a review and restructuring of the business at all levels of the organization. Change is necessary to bring in the new leadership that can restore the integrity and the reputation of the brand. Volkswagen, with over 8 decades of brand sustainability and legacy, had its brand integrity and reputation badly scarred and smeared. The management cannot take it lying down, has to do something to bring the brand back to its former glory. Reinventing is re-strengthening the brand, where you inject, instill, install the new brand essence into the brand, bringing back the former glory, bring added value or values back to the brand. It also brings strength and vitality to revive and restore the brand. Internally, Volkswagen is reviewing the causes of emissions scandal, had to take stern measures that include removing the CEO and his management team, review its corporate compliance and governance and brand culture. They had to revive the brand by implementing new operating standards and reintroduce better values and culture into the brand. And externally, Volkswagen launched its new brand campaign in 2019 that will help to restore the brand image and regain its brand culture. Its new communication campaign begins with a refreshed logo and create a new holistic global brand experience on all channels and across all the touch points. The changeover will be done in 171 markets, 100,000 dealers and service partners throughout the world. The changeover will be implemented in stages and will be completed by middle 2021. Initially in Europe, followed by China, and then in North and South America, and then throughout the rest of the world. Volkswagen's new mission statement is to, number one, serve our customers' diverse needs with a portfolio of strong brands. Number two, assume responsibility regarding the environmental safety and social issues. Number three, act with integrity and build on reliability, quality and passion as the foundation of our works. Jochen St. Pierre, Chief Marketing Officer of Volkswagen, says the new Volkswagen is to make people's life brighter with our product, the new Volkswagen Brand. With the new campaign, the management has refreshed, reinvigorated the award-winning automotive brand so that it can reinstate the brand position, restore the brand reputation, regain the brand value, and ultimately reinforce the brand leadership. Moving into the year 2021, Volkswagen industry leadership further intensified with its launch on the ID.3, the compact electric car that is catching the attention of car buyers, selling at an affordable of 30,000 euro in Germany. The brand continues with its original mission of creating individual mobility for everyone, starting with the Beetle, Golf, and now the ID.3 model. Branding lessons we all can learn from this. What is the takeaway? Number one, you have to reinvent to prevent the worst that can happen to your brand. Number two, no matter what happens to your brand, you must keep reinventing your brand and not let it fall and fail. Number three, always take care of your brand. Do not let bad decisions bring down the image of the integrity of the brand. Number four, it may be late then, still you have to do something about it before it is too late. Better late than never. Number five, reinventing your brand to refresh, remake, and renew your brand, strengthening and sustaining your brand. All this is to inject freshness into your brand to make it stronger than ever. Always go with the current flow. Be trendy, relevant, contemporary for your brand to stay competitive. We often heard this remark, don't reinvent the wheel. Let me tell you, it is not necessarily true. The question is not whether to reinvent or not to reinvent. You just have to do what you got to do when you need to do it. My conclusion, to me, Volkswagen is still the greatest, strongest, and most recognizable automobile brand in the world. It is a symbol of prestige, torch, and pride. I don't mind owning one and experience the pleasure of driving it. I started this session by introducing Herbie, the love bug, and let me end it by saying how the love affair with the Beetle and the Volkswagen brand continues until today. Even though Volkswagen has discontinued production of the Beetle, there are still many Beetle fans and enthusiasts around. The Beetle is such a loved car with much value and significance. They keep it as a collector items, and with that, Beetle's legacy grows, and so does that of the parent brands Volkswagen. All over the world, there are Beetle's clubs that unite these car owners, and it is a known fact that many of them treat the Beetle as a prized possession and will never part with it. That is the beauty of the brand. Can your brand be like the Beetle of Volkswagen? To me, the Volkswagen brand, you just love it. Watch out for my next session on brand thoughts. I will be speaking on rebranding your brand, and also coming next is how to brand your brand like James Bond 007. Brand it like Bond. That will be exciting. Believe me, I'm Dr. KKJohan. See you again soon.
This is a song, it's meant for you. For so many years, you've gone and been through.